So, hi everybody. Today I thought I would do a video on my revision tips for GCSE and A Level. For those of you who are new, I'm Paige. I study at the University of Cambridge and I do physical natural sciences. So basically I've gone through GCSEs, I've gone through A Levels, I speak from experience, and I thought why not kind of let other people know how I revised and how you can get A's and A stars at GCSE and A Level. What I want to stress in this video is that it is possible to transform your grades through hard work and just being really strict with yourself and determination, pure determination. I honestly think that I've managed to succeed in exams through being so determined that I will succeed. When I started off, like my A Levels for example, I wasn't getting A's and A stars in my mocks, I was getting D's. The same with GCSE. I just revised a lot to get myself up to the standard that I was aiming for. So yeah, don't be disheartened, don't give up already. You can do it. Bit of motivation here. I believe in you, so believe in yourself. Yes. So tip number one is to start revising now, as in February, because exams are creeping up. Like, they start in May. That's like 3 months' time. Literally, you've got just over 3 months. Not to panic you. This video is not to stress people out. This is a get revising, get started, let's get those great grades kind of video, you know? This is the sort of time you need to be thinking about getting that revision kick-started. Start reviewing everything you've been doing so far in whatever subjects you do. Especially for GCSE, the volume of information you need to know is crazy. Like, they make you do what, 10, 11 subjects? And you need to have that all in your head by the time May comes around. You need to get going now. Like, if you haven't started already, please start now. None of this like, I'm gonna start after Easter, or I'll start revising then, or like none of my friends have started revising. I don't care what your friends are doing. Start now. Honestly, the last minute cramming is not worth it. Trust me, the stress of last minute cramming. Whew, whew, don't do it to yourself. Commit this stuff to long-term memory and you'll be fine. Just think, you can be really chilled on exam day. Everyone else can be stressing out and you're gonna be there like, yeah, revise this in February. I know this stuff. Just you wait. So my second tip is to make flashcards. These are a couple of my A-level flashcards for physics and chemistry A-levels, but they'd work for other science subjects or any other subjects where you need to remember stuff, which is basically every subject. So flashcards are amazing, honestly. I went a little bit flashcard crazy for GCSEs and A Levels, not gonna lie to you. Like, this is one pack, yeah? I had 4 of these for each A-level subject. I had maybe 2 of these for each GCSE subject. As you might imagine, I spent a long time making them, but the making process is just as important, if not more important, than going through them, because I found as I was writing out all this stuff I needed to remember, it would go in as you write it out. I really tried to condense all my notes from class, from my revision guides, from the textbooks, tried to condense it all into one, all into these flashcards, and then I purely used these flashcards from then on. These were my source of all information that I need to know for exams. Honestly, they were great. I got my flashcards from Wilko. They're £1 per pack, and they come with this amazing little ring. Like, who needs treasury tags when you've got this little ring? Like, just so flexible. They're just all round great flashcards. So worth it. Some people say I'm weird. I wrote the detailed stuff on the non-line side, but it's because I like just to flip them over that way. Okay, yeah, people really don't need to know that page. Like, what are you going on about? Anyway, just make flashcards, loads of flashcards, and you can go over them with your friends as well. I remember sitting in my GCSE classes in the lead up to exams, and we'd just pass the flashcards between each other. We'd work in pairs and just go over them. And it was honestly so useful. It really tested you and checked if you knew knew your stuff. Now is the stage when you should be making those flashcards, so that when it gets closer to exams, you can just be going over them every day. And if you're really strict with yourself, even if you only go for a few each day, you'll get through the pack fairly quickly. I am also currently flashcarding for my university stuff now, so flashcards have not left me. I love them very, very, very much. So tip number 3 is to use revision guides and textbooks to focus your revision. At GCSE, I mostly used revision guides, whereas A Level, I mostly used textbooks. I just found that the CGP revision guides for GCSE were excellent. Honestly, in most subjects, they had everything you needed to know, the odd little joke in the corner, made your revision a bit more entertaining. I really liked them because they just made everything nice and clear and concise, and it kind of cut out the waffle that you often got in GCSE textbooks. Yeah, they were great. I based like everything I wrote in my flashcards off those revision guides. And I used them as like a last minute skim over thing to read before exams. So when it got to A Level, I did have revision guides. I didn't use them as much, admittedly. I actually used the textbooks for my A Level courses more, which I got at my college library. And also, I believe sometimes the textbooks are online. I used Caboodle, which is for OCR textbooks, which they have online, which was really useful because it meant I didn't have to lug a big massive book around. But either way, you can get them at the library or online, or if worst comes to worst, you can buy them as well on Amazon. There was like lots of useful questions, like practice questions in the textbooks that were really good. So yeah, definitely use those resources. They have lots of what you need to know. So tip number 4 is do as many past papers as possible. Literally go crazy. Go through all the years, go through all the past papers, as many as you can, and make sure you do them under timed conditions. There's no point doing a past paper and being like, oh, I got 100%, yay, get me. Having spent like 3 hours doing it, if the paper is only like an hour long, for example. Like in the actual exam, you're not going to have that. I, for one, struggled with timing through GCSEs, through A Levels. Now I still struggle with timing. It's something I need to sort out. So keep to timed conditions, please, 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 please. Future me, talking to myself here, keep to timed conditions, because the stress is not worth it. After my final chemistry A Level exam, I came out literally devastated because I'd mucked up the timing so bad. I did about 2/3 of the paper, and that was down to doing not enough past papers under timed conditions. You want to replicate the exam kind of atmosphere as much as possible. Like, don't stress over it, but you need to see how you would actually perform in the real thing. Make sure you've revised a bit beforehand, gone over your flashcards or done your mind maps, whichever floats your boat, and then do the past papers and see how much you actually know. Definitely mark as you go along so you can kind of correct yourself. Don't like do a ton and then mark at the end, because then there's no point, because you don't learn as you go. You'll keep making the same mistake again and again if you do 5 past papers in a row and then mark, then you'll be like, oh, I made the same mistake in all 5. Whereas if you catch it at the first one, you can improve for the second one. So the marking process is also really important. Don't just get your teacher to mark it. Make sure you actually try marking yourself. Some people will say, oh, learn the mark schemes. I'm not sure how that would work. I mean, I suppose you get a very similar question. You could learn the mark schemes, but I think it's just good to see the kind of points they'd want you to put in an answer around a particular topic. I don't get mark schemes anymore, and I'm quite frankly a little bit lost without them, but what can you do? If you want, make yourself a timetable of when you're going to do past papers. If you do like just a few per week, eventually you'll get through them all and you're going to be in a really great set. You're going to be ready for exams. So tip number 5 is get rid of all distractions when you're revising. I am the worst for going on my phone so much when revising. I have it there sitting next to me and like, I'll say, right, Paige, you're not going to go on that. And I do not know what is wrong with me. I think I have something seriously. I've got this drawer to my phone. Like 2 minutes in, I'll find myself suddenly picking it up. Like, oh, let's just check Facebook. No, don't check Facebook. Facebook will not have changed in the last 2 minutes. You need to know this stuff for your exams. Oh, it's just, don't go on your phone, don't go on your laptop, don't get rid of all distractions, put them in a separate room. Another form of distraction is other people, your friends. I find, to be honest, that I most effectively revise when I am by myself in a focused environment. Group study, yes, can be really useful, really helpful, but all the time group studying is not going to help you. You're going to end up chatting more and not doing as much work. It's literally inevitable, because let's face it, you're going to start chatting about how your day was, what you're up to tomorrow, what you're doing at the weekend. No, this is not a socialising time, this is a studying for exams. Don't get me wrong, take breaks, make sure you do have fun, see your friends, don't live in a hole in your room revising the whole time, because that's not healthy, but you need to make sure you do the time you set for revision, use for revision. Definitely revise by yourself first. Then if there's things you're not sure about, things you want to discuss, organise a bit of a group study sesh. So I think I've kind of covered the 5 key things that I used to do and still do to this day when revising for any exams I've got coming up. Basically, just don't stress out. It's not worth stressing out over. Work hard, and I'm sure you can do it. I believe you can do it. You should believe you can do it. They're not the be all and end all. So yeah, just honestly, just go for it. Go for it, give it your all, and then you can have a nice relaxing summer afterwards. Just think, I can't wait for summer. Once exams are over, summer is going to be great. Just look forward to that summer, but get revising now. Now is a good time to start revising. Make sure you're reviewing everything. And yeah, I wish you all very good luck with your revision. And yeah, with exams, I hope they all go well for you and that you get the grades you are aiming for. And yeah, I will see you soon with another video. If this was helpful, make sure to like so I know, and subscribe down below. I often do lots of vlogs of my time at Cambridge, and yeah, I've got lots of other videos planned, so should be good. See you soon. Bye.